And so what a shame. What a crying shame. Apparently Goodell and the owners and the players simply do not understand the gravity of the situation. Apparently the disrespect is going to continue, and without a doubt, so will the boycott. And in Southern California, one businessman decided to express his frustration with the NFL by commissioning a billboard for all the world to see. Joining me now from Southern California, Orange County businessman Fred Denny. And Fred, I would imagine, I want to show pictures of this billboard in just a few seconds here, and we will. But I would imagine you're getting a lot of support, but you're also probably taking some arrows for this.
That's both true, but primarily it's positive.
And so what's the percentage, more or less? Just quantify it for me.
Well, we have a texting option on our billboard. It's a way to track the response. And it says text respect to 79, 79, 79. And we get about, we've had about 1,200 responses. And I'd say 98, 99% are positive.
Now, you're in California, so who knows what people are thinking. Well, what is the negative response to this? I don't quite understand it. How can you be negative toward what you're saying about the NFL, which clearly players are showing disrespect for something? We're not sure what it is exactly, but it's certainly happening during the national anthem. What are they saying to you, these people who are not happy with your billboard?
Well, there's not really too many. Honestly, only about probably 10 or 20 out of, 11, 1,200. They typically fall into two categories. One, the players have freedom of speech, and two, profanity towards me.
So you obviously don't answer the profanity-laced responses. Are you answering any of the negative ones with your opinion, or are you just letting your billboard speak for itself?
We've answered some. I want people to feel comfortable. They just have a different opinion.
Okay, now you're up against not only people who support the NFL, and by the way, now Los Angeles has two NFL teams, so this is kind of new, uncharted territory, probably for some people in the Los Angeles area. But you're also up against the mainstream media, who is largely kind of in a backdoor way supporting what the players are doing, and they're covering, and they have covered your billboard, and we have a little snippet from one of the reports. Roll tape.
Denny says he's been getting mostly positive feedback on his campaign, which started earlier this month with this billboard in Southgate. The Buena Park one went up this weekend. He acknowledges life isn't fair for everyone in the United States, and he believes we all need to work towards equality, which we all have a bit of skin in that game.
So how has the local mainstream media been treating you overall?
Overall, it's relatively fair. They get to cut and splice what they want, but I don't have too many complaints. They've been fair.
So you on the billboard, you say, "Shame on the NFL, turn off your TV." This is a message that really is reverberating from coast to coast. You speak for millions and millions of Americans. You know that, right?
Well, that was kind of the reason. We felt that you tune into football, and hundreds of millions of people, you flip it on, and you think you're watching a game. And then you see something other than a game, and it's those. And not only is it other than in the game, but during those couple of moments when we're respecting the flag and the anthem. And it's not just a bunch of people that have some super patriotic opinion. It even came to my attention that the NFL has a games operation manual. I read about it in Time Magazine and Sports Illustrated. It is not the rule book; it's the games operation manual, and it specifically says the players are to be on the sideline with their helmet in their left hand, facing the flag, not talking. And it even goes on to say that we will be judged by the public by the respect we show towards the country and the flag. So, and then it gets a little bit wishy-washy on, well, what's going to happen if you don't do that?
Yeah.
So, the NFL lays it out. Hundreds of millions of people feel like it's a revered symbol of our country. So it's important enough for the NFL to spell out. So I'm really not sure why it's going on.
Why aren't they enforcing their own bylaws?
At that time.
Yeah. Okay, so now you mentioned texting. Text respect is what you put on the billboard. Text respect to 797979. What's that all about? Is that just for feedback?
It's just for feedback. It's a way of sort of tracking, people's responses, support. We've heard a lot of heartwarming things from, veterans and families of veterans and things like that. And, it's sort of a nifty little way to people to engage.
Okay, so in the big picture here, how do you quantify this? The way I look at it is the NFL has a problem here. It's an ongoing problem. It could be a permanent problem. They're shooting themselves in the foot. Roger Goodell had a golden opportunity to come out and say, hey, we've struck a deal. We're requesting at the very least that these players respect the flag, respect the national anthem. They didn't do it. I think people in this country are changing their behaviors on Sundays and Monday night and Sunday night and Thursday night. They're switching off the NFL games. And this could be a permanent change of behavior. How do you quantify it?
I think a lot of people view it similarly. You know, the flag and the anthem is a special thing for a lot of people. And I don't want to take anything away from the issue that the players are raising. It's a very valid issue. And, you know, a lot of injustice goes on. We're not a perfect country. We're a huge country. 600,000, 700,000 policemen out there. For the most part, I'm sure the vast majority of them are doing a superb job.
Yep.
But if anybody's violating people's rights, abuse, things like that, I got one thing to say to them: you're fired, and throw the book at them. We want a country, we want to work together to be stronger, and we need to be unified, not divided. The message they have, we have no problem with. Let's all express our messages at a different time, not during the national anthem.
In other words, there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah, I mean, I've got gripes about, things, and, other people do, legitimate gripes. I've got family that was in Vietnam, and they come home, and they end up dying because he was Tony DeVivo in New York. He was helping one of the first responders. They were traveling people back and forth after 9/11 buildings, got multiple myeloma. So there's a lot of people that think those people haven't been treated fairly. Mm-hmm. But every time you have a beef, you don't do it during the national anthem, and even the NFL says it in their games operation manual. So I don't really get why it's happening right now.
And when these people do this, the way I look at it again, and I think millions and millions of Americans look at it this way, they're not disrespecting just the flag and just the national anthem. They're disrespecting us, the American people, and that's why they want it to stop.
That's how millions of people feel.
Fred, thank you.